Hey y'all, this is Manga. This is probably my first YouTube video, but I did want to shoot this simply because My Hero Academia, the manga is finally finished, and that is a manga and an anime I've been following for many years. Maybe not the full 10 years, but it has been a guilty, not so guilty pleasure of mine. And I did want to just discuss it. So firstly, my thoughts on the finale. I really enjoyed it. It was really realistic in the sense that Deku lost sort of like contact with some of his high school friends as they went off to become pro heroes while he was quirkless and being a teacher. I still love that for him. It felt a little bit sad, but what I really appreciated at the end was the fact that his team, his classmates basically pitched in, especially Bakugo in particular, to make sure he got a suit. And he basically became kind of like a Batman version of, as my friend likes to say, a Batman version of Deku. And while I wish we got to see what that kind of looked like, I also think we saw a version of it when All Might was fighting against All For One using the suit. So I'm really excited for that new chapter for him. He gets to be a hero in two different ways, one with All For One and one just with the suit and his brain, which I think is fantastic, and he would do amazing for that. Um, the other thoughts about the finale, I love that we got a little glimpse of everyone. I'm a little sad no romance ships were like confirmed, no major ones at least, but I think that's his choice. In my head I have my relationships sort of like they are together for however long it may have been. Oh gosh, sorry, I'm trying to get it away from the sun. Other than that, let me think. What else did I love about the finale? Oh, I know some people were complaining about like the fact that they didn't find out the mystery of like who his father is. To me, this wasn't a really big deal because I just thought it wasn't relevant. Like it's clearly had no impact to the story overall, and it doesn't impact his desire to be a hero. So I just appreciated that there were so many different types of families showcased in his manga, and like all of them, whether it was like all of them had like significant impact on like their characters, so which I thought was really great. My thoughts on the series as a whole, I do think it's very strong. Obviously, it's one of the new gen mangas. It's a very strong anime and manga. I think it's, if you're starting to get into anime, it's a very popular choice to get into, especially if you're used to like a Western sort of perspective. Because, I mean, in like Hollywood, there's so many Marvel movies coming out, that this would be kind of right up in your alley, where it is superheroes, but it is kind of more like high school. But at the same time, don't let that distract you, because I find, especially later on in this series, it becomes a little bit more darker and explores some sort of darker themes, which I appreciate. It kind of grows with its audience, which is a lovely sort of like thing to experience. I also really loved a lot of the characters in there. I know Deku is seen as a crybaby, especially at the beginning. However, I think that's what makes him very unique. First of all, it's a great positive that like he is a strong hero that we associate, but he's not afraid to shed tears, which is a strong message for like young males. I also think it's true to his character, because like he was a bully, quirkless kid who still wanted to be a hero, so obviously people are going to make fun of him, including his childhood best friend, Bakugo, who has probably one of my favorite character growths in like all of fiction, because he literally goes from being a bully to being Deku's #1 support, which is like a great transition for his character. Actually, one of the themes that I enjoy the most in this series is how they handle redemption. So some people are not worth do not get redeemed. Like All For One is a villain through and through, evil without any sort of like choice. His disciple, whose name, oh my god, why am I blanking on it? But the destruction guy, who's one of the main villains, who touches everything and everything gets destroyed. I also appreciate, while he found out basically that his entire life was manipulated by All For One, where his quirk isn't even his actual quirk, and like I think even his father and family were influenced to like kind of hate him, was influenced by All For One. He chose to like portray that he never gave up the fight for the villains, which I think because he understood it's not just about him. It resonated with a lot of people, which goes to show you there was a flaw in that society, which I think even the heroes themselves sort of identified and noticed, which is why there's so many more support groups and like sessions that they're leading, which I think is a really great sort of like ray of sunshine basically for the rest of the series. The other thing I really, again, about Redemption Arc, the two characters that I find that does really well is Endeavor, because basically he acknowledges that it's too late for his to get forgiveness for everything that he's done to his family, basically tearing his whole family apart in his pursuit to be number one. But he like acknowledges that, and he works towards atonement, which I think is a very like apt sort of thing, because he acknowledges he did wrong. He knows that they do not have to forgive him. It's their choice, and his kids do portray that. Some do not forgive him, some forgive him, and some are waiting on the fence. But he is trying to atone, so he is trying to do better, even if that means he'll never get forgiven. Whereas Bakugo is redemption to me, because he literally goes, like I said, from Deku's bully to Deku's like big support, where he trains beside him. He makes the suit for him even after he's quirkless, and he like supports his and they become actually best friends. And it's a really wonderful thing to see his character growth, because honestly I thought he was going to be a villain in like the beginning, but he never did that. He was very much to be a hero, and he portrays that. And the great thing about it is that you kind of, even in adult Bakugo, you still see the qualities of child Bakugo. So it's not like it's a total like 180, like who is this character? You see the growth in that character, which is a very important thing that some people not always get when they're writing. But other than that, I think, again, this is an amazing anime and manga. Again, I would definitely recommend this if you're interested in a slice of life action superhero comedy sort of show. Again, 430 chapters, which goes in a blink of an eye, and 7+ seasons of an anime, which is, I think, really well done. So, and then a big congratulations to the creator. 10 years of hard work, and it has inspired so many other mangas and other creators. It is really a really amazing job, especially considering it's 10 years week after week delivering 19 or 20 something pages on a consistent basis. It can be difficult not to lose steam. It could be difficult not to get sick. It can be difficult not to lose track of the story you want to tell. So kudos to you, and yeah, can't wait for the next one. And any of you, if you have any recommendations of what to watch or what to read, it doesn't have to be anime, or manga. I am down for anything. Just let me know. Okay, thank you.